islands and over 2,000 limestone rocks and keys spread over 100,000 square miles. Okay, from our far northern island, which is Bimini, to our far southern island, which is Inagua.
I'm sorry, do you mind to turn the air down just a little?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes, and we are a very small developing country. The Bahamas is an archipelago of about 700 islands and over 2,000 limestone rocks and keys, spread over 100,000 square miles, geographically speaking, from the far northern island, which is Bimini, to our far southern island, which is Inagua. We have a very small population as well. The general population of the country is about 356,000 people. Out of that figure, we have 60% of that figure who live, works, and resides right here on this island. This being one of the most developed islands, it's also the capital city. In the Bahamas, we have 3 legislative branches of government. Well, we have 3 branches of government. We have the legislative branch consisting of our 2 houses of parliament here to my right. We have the executive branch consisting of the cabinet. The cabinet is situated in this building here to my left. And we have the judiciary. Judiciary meaning the courts and stuff. Magistrate Court, Supreme Court. Okay? These buildings here to my right, they were constructed between 1805 and 1815, and they were modeled and fashioned after those that exist in New Bern, North Carolina at that time. At that time, they had a lot of colonial architect design to their buildings, and that was imported here to the Bahamas. We have a bicameral parliamentary system where we have 2 houses that create laws and pass policies governing the country. The building to my far right is our parliament, where we have 38 members of parliament who meet in that very same building every Wednesday to discuss laws and pass policies governing the country. The building in the middle is our Senate building. The Senate is the upper house, the parliament is the lower house. Alright, there is a statue of Queen Victoria in the middle of Parliament Square. The statue was imported. Well, the statue was actually donated by funds from the public who loved her and held her in high esteem. You see, Queen Victoria inherited the throne of England at the age of 18 years old in the year of 1837. And one of her very first acts as Queen of the British Empire was the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation abolishing slavery in the British Empire. Queen Victoria signed the Emancipation Proclamation abolishing slavery in the British Empire on August the 12th, 1838. Although 4 years prior, they would have created a program, a 4-year program that was known as the apprenticeship program that would transition the slaves into an atmosphere of freedom where they would be wholly dependent upon themselves, whereas the slaves would then be able to learn a trade or learn some type of meaningful, gainful employment or something that they can benefit from. Okay, that lasted from 1834 and it ended at 1838. Now, out of the kind generosities of the Bahamian people and wanting to do something to say thank you to Victoria, they donated funds to have that statue erected to commemorate her. Queen Victoria was coronated as Queen of the British Empire in 1837 and she passed away in 1901, making her the longest serving British monarch in the history of the empire. She reigned for a total of 64 years. Elizabeth is on her 61st or 62nd year. So this area here to my right is what we call Parliament Square. The area here to my left is what we call Rawson Square. In the Bahamas, our senators are not elected. I know in America, your senators are elected. Well, in the Bahamas, our senators are not elected. They are appointed. The majority of our senators are appointed by the Prime Minister and the government. And the minority of our senators are appointed by the opposition leader and the opposition. You see, the balance of power that exists in the lower house, that's supposed to be reflective within the upper house. Because of the mere fact that the governing party has a majority in the lower house, the Constitution gives them a right to have a majority in the upper house as well. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like in America where you have the Democrats controlling the Senate and the Republicans controlling the House. That's the difference with our system. The governing party gets to control both houses. So they will have their way because they are the government. But they will have to answer to the Bahamian people. They will have to. Oh yes. And so this area here to my right, this is known as Parliament Square. The area to my left is known as Russell Square. There is the statue of our first Bahamian Governor General to my left. His name is Samuel Bertram Butler. Samuel Butler became Governor General of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas upon attaining independence from the British. The Bahamas became an independent country July the 10th, 1973. This year we celebrated 41 years as an independent country. Okay, so this area here to my left is known as Russell Square, named in honor of our 1860s governors from England. His name is R. Russell. And the area here to my right is known as Parliament Square. With the Bahamas is a two-party system, where we have the center-left Progressive Liberal Party and the center-right Free National Movement. Okay? Every 5 years, the life of a government consists of 5 years. And so every 5 years we have a general elections. Okay? This building here to my left, this is known as the Churchill Building, named in honor of former Prime Minister of England, Sir Winston Churchill. Okay? This building renovated and expanded on the side of a few older buildings and opened up here as the Churchill Building in the early 1960s. On the second floor of the Churchill Building housed the Cabinet Office of the Bahamas. The Prime Minister is the head of Cabinet. Okay? Alright, so the life of a government in the Bahamas is about 5 years. I know in America the life of your government or your president is 4 years. The life of the government of the Bahamas is 5 years. Okay?
Can you be reappointed?
There is no term limits on a tenure of a prime minister. One can become prime minister for a third, fourth, fifth, maybe even a sixth term, as long as the Bahamian people have confidence within that individual or in that party. You see, in order for one to become prime minister of the Bahamas, firstly he has to be a Bahamian. He has to be the leader of one of the major political parties, or he have to be the person who commands support from the majority of the members of the parliament. Okay? Now, during a general elections, right? Okay? During a general elections, heading into a general elections, like how we have the two-party system, whichever party wins the majority of the constituencies, in most cases the leader of the party, he automatically becomes prime minister. We had the last general election on the 7th of May. The Progressive Liberal Party won 30 out of the 38 seats. The leader of the party, Mr. Perry Gladstone Christie, became prime minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas because of the mere fact that the Progressive Liberal Party won the majority of seats or the constituencies. Okay? To my left, we have the oldest healthcare institution in the country. It's known as the Princess Margaret Hospital, formerly known as the Bahamas General Hospital. This hospital opened up its doors to provide public health to the general public as far back as in 1806. Princess Margaret Hospital wasn't always this size, but after many years of renovations and expansions, this is the current Princess Margaret Hospital today. Okay? So healthcare is a very essential part of our development here in this country. Okay? And the government, it's very important that the government be in a position to provide Bahamians with adequate healthcare. Okay? In 2008, the Bahamian government awarded a contract at the tune of $80 million for the construction of a new critical care block there at the Princess Margaret Hospital. And so the government is trying to provide Bahamians with modernized facilities to provide public health to the country. We're going to take a left onto East Street.
Do you pay for your medical? Do you all pay for your medical care?
Well, if you go to the Princess Margaret Hospital, it's going to be free. Well, actually, you pay a registration fee of $10. And that will get you in to see the doctors, and you'll have to get your prescription. However, if you are in need of catastrophic surgery, that is a completely different situation. but the government will help you if you are in need. Okay, but most people, they expected to have insurance. To my right, we have the police headquarters. This is where the Commissioner of Police has his office. The name of the current Commissioner of Police, his name is Mr. Ellison Greenslade. Mr. Ellison Greenslade is responsible for policing throughout the entire country. So this will be also the headquarters for the fire station as well. We're going to take a left onto Prison Lane. The police headquarters used to be our prison one time ago as well. We used that many years ago as a prison. Okay? It was built in 1900. So, where you all hail from?
Kentucky.
Oh, fried chicken. Oh, just Kentucky. Okay, no problem. Oh, yes. Welcome, my friends from Kentucky. Welcome to Nassau, Bahamas. Will this make your ever first visit here?
The girls' first visit.
Oh.
We've been here twice.
Oh, okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. Welcome to Fort Finn Castle and the Queen's Staircase. This fort was built in anticipation of a French invasion. Now, once the tour of the fort is complete, you walk right here on top of the Queen's Staircase, where I will be waiting on you right here on top of the Queen's Staircase. Okay. Philip is going to give you a historical rundown on the Queen's Staircase, okay? So once the tour of the fort is complete, you just walk right here. I'll be waiting on you.
Okay.
This fort was built in anticipation of a French invasion. It was believed by King George III, Napoleon of France, is going to come here and capture the colony away from the British. All right. To my left, we have this water tower. This water tower was built in 1928 to provide water storage for this section of the island. The water tower stands at some 216 feet above sea level, thereby making it the highest point of elevation on the island. Whereas it took 600 slaves who were brought in from West Africa who work a total of 18 hours a day with hammers and chisels, chiseling out this entire fort area out of a big mass of rock. The British designed the fort to look like a ship. To fool persons who are coming into the harbor to launch an attack, they will actually think this is a ship rather than a fort. Okay, those slaves work 18 hours a day with hammers and chisels, chiseling out this entire fort area. No coffee break, no labor unions. Okay, there'll be somebody to take you on the tour of the fort. Once the tour of the fort is complete, we will meet on top of the Queen's Staircase. Is that okay?
So we go this way and then we'll follow?
Yeah, you just, once the tour of the fort is, you just walk right back to where we came in. Not even in a 5-minute walk.
Okay.
Not even a minute walk, actually.
Oh.
You could just walk right in there. And,
you say we meet Phil?
yeah, I'll be right there by Philip. All right. Right this way for me, Blaze.
Hi.
Hi. Philip.
Okay, now before you go down, my name is Philip. I'm going to be your guide here. Of course, you are guaranteed to enjoy, so don't worry, be happy. In the islands here, we only got 2 speeds. Stop and sit down. Welcome to the island once again, folks. And welcome here to what you're looking at, the historical Queen's Staircase. Now, for you, this can be a one-way trip down. Whereas if you walk it down, you won't have to come back up. The driver could take the bus around and be at the end by the gate, the guardrail there, waiting for you. It would be your choice. If you decide to, please watch your step on the way down. This will be your first time going down. The driver would like for you to make history, not be history, okay? Unlike you, I don't go down. You ever saying, I might be like this truck, but I ain't for it. I mean, look at it. For a guy on a bike, motorbike, even a skateboard, that's a good ride. In this wheelchair, that's suicide. You go down as a passenger and come back as free. But you are looking at the Queen's Staircase, folks, and all of that. 50 feet wide, 200 yards in length. This was once all solid rock. It was carved out by slave labor. Whereas it took about 600 slaves from West Africa. They worked 18 hours a day for 16 years. They hand carved the entire canyon that you see here. Merely to be used as an escape route in the event the fort to the top was ever attacked and overthrown. The governor, along with his soldiers, would have used this as an escape route or an easy getaway. From that fort, they would have gone underground to the bottom of the staircase here, straight out to the Bay Street waterfront, where they would have their ship there fully rigged and ready to sail. If I could break that down for you, back in the 17th century, just like post-England or France, in order to control England or France, you would have to have the king or the queen. Well, in the islands here, the governor represented the king or the queen. So if you wanted the island, you would have to have the governor. And if you've got the governor, you've got the island. This actually dates back to Columbus's first landfall. Columbus's first landfall was under Spanish flag. Now he could not get a second voyage from Spain, so in turn he went to England. England gave him his second voyage. Soon after, England, France, and Spain went to war over who the actual Caribbean islands belonged to. So what they did was, they fortified the islands. They placed their governors there. All right, this is my fort, this is my governor, therefore this is my island. They in turn also hired privateers, or let's just say legalized pirates. What they would do is kidnap the governor and sell him. Yes, if he was Spanish, sell him to the English. Being English, sell him to the French. Open markets, vice versa. Now, of course, folks, your driver is going to meet you at the end by the safety rail there, folks. Any questions you'd like to ask to a point?
Any questions?
I hope you folks enjoyed the lecture. I'll serve you folks have a good day. Enjoy a lovely stay. This is a live recording.
Thank you. All right.
And how long is it? The bus look good. The bus